Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
And tonight is daylight savings time.
Is it tonight or is it tomorrow?
Well, this is supposed to be like 2 a.m.
Yeah, overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about that.
Yep. So it's fall back, everybody. We gained an hour of sleep.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing, but
at least we hope so.
At least we hope so.
So, Bobby D, we are here on the first Saturday of November. It is November the 5th.
That's amazing.
I know. And, you know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
That's right. So we could talk a little bit about that, too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely can't wait. It's going to be a great show today. You know, thank you to those of you who continue to make the CCI Radio Show a part of your watching pleasure and listening pleasure and just hanging out with us on Saturdays.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So here we are again. Let's go ahead and get this party started. The CCI Radio Show
starts now.
And it is a sunny, if you can believe that, unseasonably warm.
That's right.
Saturday here in the Steel City.
That's right. And we are almost to the, what did they say? To the record high that it once was back in 1848, I think it was 1848.
Wasn't it like 80 degrees or something?
Yeah, it was 80 degrees on this day in 1848 here in Pittsburgh. And they said that it's probably, most of us are probably going to be at 77 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that,
not
only is it going to be 77 degrees, some of the outlying areas will probably make it to 80.
Yeah.
So
I'm just so happy with that. I'd rather take this for the rest of the year, moving into mid-winter. Winter can be just like this.
I would love it.
Yep. Hey, and I see our friend Danetta is here.
Good morning, Miss Danetta.
Hey, good morning to you.
How are you?
She says she loves the new intro.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We thought it was kind of cool, just kind of throw that in there. So, and then she says rainy. Oh, you already said that, right? Rainy in Chicago.
Oh, it's rainy in Chicago.
Yeah, it's supposed to be raining tomorrow. I think some rain tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow and off and on throughout the week. But hopefully, at least hopefully tomorrow, one day of the weekend will be a sunny day. I hope so. Yeah. Or hopefully the rain will, because it's still a little early there. So hopefully the rain will go away.
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
What's the song? Rain, go away.
That's right. Come on back another day.
Hey, but would you rather have the rain or snow?
Rain.
Yes. Yeah, I will take rain.
Actually, I'd rather have the sun.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I prefer the sun.
And like you always said, we don't get enough sunny days here in Pittsburgh. So looking outside right now, we actually have blue skies out there. It is nice and sunny.
Yes.
Rather hot in here too.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining because the furnace
is kicking.
It's kicking, which is good. I'm not going to complain about it because there have been times where the furnace has gone out.
Yeah.
But we were not happy campers.
Yeah, we were freezing in it.
Yes. So I'm okay. I'm not complaining. And even if I might get a little hot, might get a little misty. A little misty.
Hey.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That is okay.
It's a blessing. It is a blessing.
That is to go out and play in it. Well, actually, Danetta, we do plan on going out for just a little bit. Well, the normal Saturday.
Normal Saturday running around.
Wait, you'll probably see us. We might take a picture or two just to say hi, everybody. So,
or not.
Or not. It depends.
He's so silly.
But so a lot of things to talk about. Of course, Election Day, we're going to talk about that in a matter of moments. But Election Day coming up this coming Tuesday, and big things at stake.
That's
so
true.
we will talk about that. Also, we're going to do part 2 of protecting your information. You know, for those of you who watched our show a few weeks ago, we were talking about protecting your info and how you can go about doing that. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. But first, Bobby D brought up a very good point. We should talk about daylight savings time.
That's right. There's a lot of buzz around people. I don't know how we could really do this, but
I know.
Canceling daylight savings time.
They've been wanting to do that for years.
Yes, for as long as I can remember, they've been wanting to do that.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know whether it's going to be this year or whenever we spring ahead next year, if that's going to be it or what. But they do have to consider which way they're going to do it.
I know we were talking about that. That would be very, very bad if they go the opposite way and they opt to have daylight
like how
shortened.
we're falling back today.
Mm-hmm.
So falling back would be more darkness. So, in fact, you know, the sun would start going down in the 5 o'clock hour.
Sometimes you feel like it goes down at like 2.
Yeah, seriously.
Especially if it's one of those days where it's like snowing or if it's just gloomy out there. You're like, is it still bright outside?
That's right. That's right.
You see people's headlights on early, like 3 hours early.
That's very true. So I don't know how they're going to do it or why they want to do it. I mean, I know people are like, oh, that's stupid to do, you know, daylight savings time. A lot of people say, it's so stupid. I don't like, well, once you get past the first few days, you get yourself back together and then you're good until it comes back again. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't either.
So if you fall back, there'll be more darkness later on in the day. So just think about what that would look like summertime. It'll be dark at like 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Now what are you going to do?
Hanging out at the barbecue, sitting outside, and it's all pitch dark.
And it's pitch dark. That's right. Exactly.
You know how late people are anyway. Like they don't get the barbecue started till late. So you be
That's
sitting
true.
outside, it's all dark. You got to turn the like lights on.
That's true.
The porch lights on or whatever.
That's true.
So
I don't know. I think if they're going to do it, I would prefer that they wait until we spring ahead and then there won't be quite as much darkness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it eventually will still be dark, but what do you think?
I am not a fan of them trying to change it. It just keep it the way it is. It's not hurting anybody. I mean, you already know it's going to be darker in the fall, going toward the winter. You know you're going to gain more light in the spring.
Right.
So let's just keep it that way.
I think it should stay.
Mm-hmm.
What is the way we've been doing it for? I don't even know how many years. I don't know.
Right. So we'll pose that question to you guys. What do you guys think? Should daylight savings time remain? Should they change it? If they do change it, should they make it where, hey, you're in the summertime and it's 5 o'clock and it's pitch dark and you're hanging out with your friends? Or do they make it where, hey, it's going to be light longer?
Mm-hmm.
Or just keep it the way it is?
Or just keep it the way it is. But I don't know. I think we should keep it the way it is.
And so do I. And our good friend Summer Ray has joined us this morning. Good morning, Summer Ray.
Good morning, Summer. How are you? Congratulations on the Spotify.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Actually, two things before we move into the next subject. So first of all, I didn't put this out there yesterday, but we want to announce right now that we have a new networking partner as part of the CCI Radio Show, and the partner is called let's see, the Netta's Avon store.
Oh, very nice.
Does that sound nice?
I love it.
So congratulations, Danetta. We want to have you as part of our networking partners, and we're going to make sure we get everybody out there to know about your store. So for those of you who are interested, you can go to youravon.com, hit the / and put in Danetta Hardy.
That's perfect.
Okay. So that information will be on our Facebook pages and social media pages. So,
yay!
Congratulations. We wanted to make sure you were a part of it. And also, like Bobby D said, congratulations to our good friend Summer Rae. That song is hitting.
Yes, it is.
Come With Me. The hottest track, her highest track on Spotify. So Summer, congratulations to you. And we know we're in the fall season now, but for those of you who didn't know and didn't purchase this, make sure you go out and get your copy of the debut edition of Pandemic Press Media Magazine with Pittsburgh's own Summer Rae on the cover.
That's right.
And she is also the feature story.
Yes, she is.
So
she is.
And that edition was a great success.
Yes, and a great start to our debut of the magazine. So
yes.
Thank you very much, Summer.
And we are looking forward to putting the next one that's coming out
very soon.
When would you say the next one will be coming out? Because we're getting close to the holiday now.
In the next couple weeks, it should be ready.
So I think you guys are going to be surprised of what you see in this next edition, holiday edition of our magazine as well.
It's coming.
And can't wait for that. And also, our soaps are back, so I can officially say now that we are taking orders, but they're by request only.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the Cub House Creations handmade soaps and lip balms. You can DM us for that. You can go on our website, pandemicpresspublishing.com, search into the, I think it's the merch section.
Yes.
You can go there. You can fill out the contact form. That's the order form. Make sure you put your name, your address, your email, what you're looking to purchase, and then we'll get back to you as quick as we can, and we'll try to get the order out to you as quick as we can. So very excited about having that back in business after so long as well. But again, just keep in mind, it's only by request only.
That's right.
So just let us know what you want. We can do individuals. We can do like a little, like a gift basket, like a gift basket per se, gift set. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, very excited about that.
Yes, very much
as well.
Very much.
And thank you so much, ladies, Danetta and Summer.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate both of you, beautiful ladies.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So, Bobby D, let's get back to what we were talking about a few weeks ago, protecting your information. So,
yes,
I was the special guest on the show a few weeks ago.
Yes, you were.
And I hope that what I said was very informative to each of you who did watch the show. But if you didn't, we're just going to do part 2 of this, because actually someone had asked me about that. Someone said they missed the show and they just wanted me to do it again.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
It's like, never heard somebody say do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to do it again. So
do it again, sir.
So there we go. So part 2 of protecting your information, your credit, and so forth. So
okay, well, and I have some questions for you.
So I guess I'm in the hot seat.
You're in the hot seat, and I know it's so funny. Don't think because he's a little shy that he doesn't like to talk. I'm actually the talker of the two. If you noticed who does more talking on the show, you notice who does more. So don't think that he doesn't like to talk. So anyway, so here we go. Because he knows it's true.
Thank you.
You know it's true. All right. Credit and credit repair and all that good stuff. What do you know about credit repair agencies? Are they helpful? Are they harmful? What do you know about that? Because I know what you do is way different than what a credit repair agency does.
Mhm.
But what do you know about that? Danetta's laughing.
Well, credit repair agencies can go both ways.
Oh, okay.
They can. I've seen it where they can help you. I've seen it where they can hurt you. The reason why I say that is because in my everyday job, we have, even though we are not, I don't work for a credit repair agency.
You work for a credit agency.
Yes. But I have
Which
people
right.
When I have people asking questions, I've got this on my report. I know that I'm dealing with you guys, but I have a credit reporting, or I should say a credit repair agency working with me, who is supposed to be taking care of my information that's inaccurate. And they were going to say that they pay so much per month for this agency to take care of them. There's a lot of times where you're paying a lot of these places, and this is just going to be me saying this. It might sound mean to some people, but I'm just going to be real from what I've heard. They can take your money and you see nothing. We're just going to go at it like that. Whereas if you go to the actual reporting agency, or if you go to FICO, which, FICO.com, myfico.com, which deals with your credit score, they have facts and questions and different things. And there's so many different things out there that can help you improve your credit.
Are there any ways that you could improve, not to interrupt, improve your credit without having to pay? Because there are thrifty people out there, not saying that, I or we are using a credit repair agency, but let's just say that we were. I'm cheap. I'm thrifty. I like to hold on to money and stuff. But if I need help with my credit, I don't want to have to pay all this money. Is there a way to do it for free?
Yep. What you can do is, number one, you always want to get a copy of your credit report. So you can get it from Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, and even us. I work for Novus, which most people don't know about. But yeah, there are 4 reporting agencies. So you can actually you can get your credit report from all of them. Now, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, you can get 1 per year. Okay. Unless if you were a victim of fraud or something like that, then, or if there's been something with your information, then you're entitled to get another one as well, and they can't charge you. Okay. But again, you can make sure you get your credit report first. The second thing is, once you get your credit report and you look at it and you see what's on it, and you see that something that you don't like on there, something that doesn't seem right, you can always go to those credit reporting agencies such as mine. We can help you dispute anything. Okay. And what I mean by that is, we just go one by one. You tell us what's supposed to be on there. You can either come to us, we can help dispute it on your behalf, or you can go straight to the source of that specific company that's on your report. Okay. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. So, and those requests can be done with those agencies. You can do them online. You can do them over the phone. You can mail in a request. Of course, we do a lot of mailings. I'll get to that in another lifetime there.
Okay.
But that's why I said we're the 4th one.
The 4th one.
And when people call us,
the 4th
credit reporting agency. Yeah. When people say, like, I didn't know there were 4, and I'm like, well, there are. The top, and I say the top 3 are the common ones that Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. All 3 of them have credit scores.
Yes.
We don't. Okay. We're generally used for identity verification. So that's why whenever you're applying for something, our name may not come up at all. Okay. Because we're not going to be used, or we may not be used to help make that credit decision if you don't have a score. Yeah. And that's what lenders are looking at. But they can look at things from us, like, have you ever been late with a payment? Is your account in collections? Does this account belong to you?
Good,
You know,
good
just,
point.
are you who you say you are?
Yeah, that's
And we get a
point.
lot of that.
That's a good.
So it's always best to just double check your information. Hey, what's up in my element?
Oh,
Neela and
good
co-host Randall Ray.
morning. Good morning, Miss Neela. And Randall Ray, if he's around there somewhere. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning to both, just in case.
Just in case. That's right. We are discussing, this is
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, yes. This is part 2 of Sam C's talk about protecting your credit. And we were doing this a few weeks ago, and he was the special guest. The special guest. Nobody knew it, of course, until we just kind of played around a little bit. But he was the special guest and talked a lot about credit and how to protect your credit. And so this is part 2. So thank you for joining us.
And thank you for having me, Bobby D. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here today.
So silly.
I don't know. I had to get it in somewhere.
Silly. Well, you were talking about, I lost my question in my head, but that's okay. I'll be able to get it back. I'll get it back. I'll go to another question, though.
Okay.
It's another question. When is the best time to start protecting your credit?
Actually, anytime.
Anytime.
There's not a right or wrong answer there.
Mm-hmm.
You can always start, even if you want it today and say, hey, I want to copy my report. Go ahead and get it.
Very good.
Yeah. Now, there's never a bad time.
Okay.
People ask us that all the time.
I bet they do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think this is my opinion? Okay, so this is funny that we are discussing credit and such. Now, many moons ago, well, a few moons ago, I don't want to say many moons, but that'll give away how old I am. But many moons ago, when I was in college, and you know how young college people are, we don't have any money. We don't have a job. I was 17 at the time. I'm not going to tell you how old I am now. I'm not going to tell you. But I was 17. I was in college, and I applied for a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And I started buying stuff. I mean, yay, free money. And then, of course, here comes the bill. Duh, bonehead. You got to pay it back, right?
Sounds like that episode of Mama's Family.
Pretty much, yes. It was a lot like that. It was a lot like Mama's Family there. Now, my parents, who, have always had pristine credit, thank the Lord for them and what they learned, of course, throughout the years. My folks were furious with me, furious. And of course, I can't hide it. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? So the money that I made over the summer, going into the next summer, they took all of the money that I made and paid off the credit card. Thank goodness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though, of course, that did give me a credit history, right? Of course, that gave me a credit history. In your opinion, this is just your opinion, how fair do you think that is for credit card companies? Never another credit company, but credit card companies. How fair do you think that is for them to go after stupid new college students like me when I did it back in the day?
That's a funny question. Well, I think it's funny.
It was a big lead up.
No, it's funny how you said that. Unfortunately, if you use that card, you do have a credit history.
Right.
So regardless of whether it's...
Oh, that card is long gone now. I'm sure it's long gone. Credit is way better now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Way better now.
But unfortunately, since the moment you start using that card, you have a history.
Mm-hmm.
And we tell people that even though we aren't the actual card company,
mm-hmm.
and for some reason people think we are, because people call in and they say, I want to pay my bill. And I'm like, well, you can't pay your bill with us because we're not that company.
Good
point. But, But yeah, the moment you start using that card that you got approved for, your credit history starts, because within 30 days they will report it. So
well, they
will report. Yeah, they will. It'll show. Hey, it was open on this date. Hey, this is the credit line. Hey, my payment's on time. Yeah, they will show you.
Yeah, they did too. But do you think it's, well, I was very fortunate to have, two loving and very
understanding,
strict. I don't know that they were very understanding, because I shouldn't have done it. But very strict parents who were like, no, you're going to pay that back all summer long. And it did take all summer long to pay it off. And thank the Lord it's gone now.
Yeah.
Long since, I don't even remember which card it was, if it even exists anymore. Who even knows?
A lot of companies.
A lot of companies. That's true.
A lot of companies switch names, or they close out and they become somebody else buys them out. So
do you think that I think I was very blessed to have my folks get on me and cut it off right away. But before you
start buying those mink coats and stuff.
That's right, all those mink coats that I have. But don't you think that credit cards could be a hindrance in some ways, especially to young people, especially when you don't have any money? Like, I knew I didn't have any money to pay it. Right? So I didn't have any money. I was 17. I had no money. But I was like, yay. And I got this credit card and bought stupid stuff, college stupid stuff. Yay, I just pledged to this group. I need some gear. Get the credit card.
Well, they could be a hindrance and they may not be a hindrance if you use it the right way. Like, if most people, when you get your first credit card, you're like, oh man, you're not thinking about, I'm going to get a bill.
Exactly.
I mean, and I'm just kind of right. I mean, I think everybody is, you have to kind of put it out there. Everybody's kind of like that especially if it's your first card that you got, and then you see how much your credit line is. You're like, oh man, I got $500 on this card. And then you realize $500 goes real quick.
Yes, it does.
And then you realize, oh, I got to pay this back.
You got to pay it back.
And you start getting this bill, and you're like, what is this bill for?
I didn't buy that.
Like, that's not my name.
I didn't buy this.
That's not my name. Yeah.
That's right. I didn't buy all this stuff.
Yeah. But it could be if you use it wisely, it won't be a hindrance to you.
That's a good point.
So. In my element said, I've experienced both ways, hindrance and non-hindrance. Yep. Oh, see, we agree.
Very good.
See?
Okay.
Exactly. But you use it the right way, you'll be fine.
Okay. So hopefully if there are any teenagers, younger folks who would probably be first time, credit card receivers, please don't do like I did. Please don't do. Don't get a credit card until you can pay it off.
Right.
Right?
I agree.
Okay. Do you agree, and do you really think that adding how nowadays you can add your utility bills on, like your utility bill payments on to help raise your credit? Is that a good idea?
Well, number one, I have to say I work for a reporting agency that doesn't have a credit score.
Right.
But I can tell you what you have seen on TV. Experian is the one that says, hey, you can add your credit score. You can add your utility bill to your Experian report, and it'll boost up your credit score. So I don't know. I haven't heard about Equifax or even Experian or TransUnion, but it might help you if it's something positive. It can only help you.
Right.
I don't know how many points wise that would help you, but as long as your payments are on time, I would say yes.
Okay, that sounds good. And then I also have a question. Speaking of points, I see you're bringing a point system there. How are the points
How they
generated and accumulated? Because you would want to have, I would imagine, more points, right? So the absolute best credit score is what? What is the number?
Well, again, since I work for some place that doesn't have a credit score, was it 850? I think is the highest. So, I mean, you got to remember, this is me just guessing.
Right.
So I would say like I think it's 850 is the highest, or is it 880? 850 or 880.
Okay.
One of the two is like the highest that you can get for credit score. That's like stellar credit. And we always tell people the numbers are more or less figured out between Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion and the company FICO, because FICO, since they're the ones that work with your credit score, you can always contact FICO directly because they work with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So if you're thinking something should be like a higher number, or why is my number this month and it should be this, you can always reach out to FICO themselves at myfico.com, or just locate the phone number. But that's very informative. We tell people that.
Okay. And though I know you don't work with scores, but I'm sure you probably have heard from your clients about, well, my score on Experian is 800. My score on TransUnion is 600. And my score on Experian and Equifax, thank you, is 700. Now, 700 and 800 sounds good, but 600, that's not good.
Each reporting agency may be reporting something different, or I should say they could be getting different information. So, and you might have some places that only report to certain agencies, because not every place is going to report to each agency. Like, for example, you have credit card companies that may report to all three, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and choose not to report to us.
Right.
Or you could have some place report to us and TransUnion and don't report to Equifax and Experian. So it just really depends on between that company, who that company uses, FICO, and that credit reporting agency.
Oh, okay.
But, if you have any questions with your numbers and your figures, it's always best to reach out to those agencies and or FICO just to kind of get a heads up as to, see what's going on. Is that accurate?
That makes sense. Sense. Looks like we've got.
In my element says, I don't know what exceptional credit score looks like. I'll get there. We have to.
One day. Yes, one day.
I think we can all say that because honestly, I'm only guessing that 850 or 880. They change stuff all the time.
That's true.
It's a wonder they say 1,000. I'm like, but it doesn't.
You never know. They may say 1,000 one
I've
day.
never heard anybody say that. But I think if you're like 850 or 880 or something like that, I think that's supposed to be exceptional.
Yes. That's good.
So
that's good. But if anybody else has any questions, while we're chatting, please feel free to put it in the chat. And we will continue our talk.
Yep.
We even tried to convince Samsi to drop little nuggets of credit information on our YouTube channel. I don't think he wants to make it a specific, time, like how we have this show at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. But I don't think he necessarily is opposed to just popping in whenever
I choose to.
Yes. Whenever you choose
may or may not. Haven't really thought about that too much lately. Well, no, I can't say that.
I think you should. Yeah. It's good information, and I think that it would certainly be helpful Like you could just pop up. You could pop up today if you wanted to and just say something like, "Oh, I was thinking about this.
Okay.
This is my thought."
Yeah, one of these days,
Not one of these days. Not one of these
you have
days.
a hard bargain.
Yes. And it could just be like Sam's
Sam's tips for today or something.
Sam's credit tips for today or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Okay, well, I'm glad you agreed with the little idea.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. We've been trying to get him to do it for the past few weeks now, but it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. Whatever he wants to do, we'll see. I'll keep trying to push him to do it because
Hey, look who's jumped on. Lee girl.
Hey, Terry Lee, my sister.
I knew exactly what I was.
Good morning, sister. My biological sister.
Yep.
Good morning. She's laughing at us too. She's laughing at us. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she does look good, doesn't she? I just threw this on just for good measure.
Don't you think though it kind of looks like we're not centered because it's kind of like Sam is kind of like over there. See, get centered.
Maybe I was slouching.
That's okay. No, don't slouch. Don't slouch while you're on the show.
I thought maybe I felt like I was.
Yes. Okay. So we talked.
Still talking.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Still talking about credit and how to protect your credit.
Yep.
So, how do you protect your credit? What is the very best way to protect your credit?
Well, like I said, you want to go out and get your credit report first. The other things you can do to protect your credit, which we tell people all the time, you can do two things. You can place a security freeze on your report, and you can also do a fraud alert. And I can explain both of those, and they're very easy to explain.
Okay.
What a security freeze does, it freezes your whole credit report so no one has access to it.
Oh, that's good.
So even if someone tried to apply for something in your name, you go out to whatever company it is, the first thing you're going to see is, sir, ma'am, or sir, I can't see your information. You must have a freeze on there.
Oh, so okay, very good.
The only way to, when you place a freeze, whether it's with us or Equifax or Experian or TransUnion, at least with us, the freeze takes effect immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then within 7 to 10 days, you'll get a PIN number in the mail. That's just in case if you need to, lift your freeze, at least you'll have access to your security PIN number. Okay. And the freeze can stay on indefinitely until you decide to lift it. So if you know you're not going to apply for anything, you can keep it on for 3 years or more. And it's not, just using that for an example. The other option would be a fraud alert. And what the fraud alert is, well, first of all, the fraud alert can be placed on your report for either 1 year or for 7. And that's also free. And if you place an alert, whatever phone number, at least for my company, you have a place for 2. You can put 2 phone numbers on there. When a company, if someone tries to apply for something in your name, literally that company trying to issue credit will have to contact you first.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll ask you, because literally they'll see like a pop-up message come up saying, potentially fraudulent or something like, so whatever the fraudulent message is going to say, please contact me. So they're going to contact you. And then they'll take those extra steps. Like even if you went out, if you know for a fact you were trying to apply, we all go to the mall, we all hear the thing, especially department stores. Hey, if you open up this account, you can save 10%, 20% if you open up with our, department store card.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have a fraud alert on your report, you won't get like, what do they call those, instant approval, because they have to take extra steps, extra measures with you first, which is not a bad thing. It just means they just have to go a little further because you have that on there. But those are the 2 ways to that we tell people to protect your information, and everything that we do is free. you shouldn't be charged for any type of security freeze or placing an alert. There are other companies which we don't deal with, but I know that there's monitoring services too.
Oh.
Like, we've all seen LifeLock on TV. I've heard that they're good, in case if something comes up, somebody applies for something, like they literally will contact you and say, hey, this happened. So, but yeah, always make sure that you, if you want your information protected, if you feel the need, definitely place a freeze on your report or do a fraud alert, or you can do both.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And is either one better or not necessarily?
No, it just depends on which one you want. One of them, look at it this way. One of them involves a PIN number. One of them doesn't.
Oh, okay. And how quickly can they be removed?
Well, the security freeze, you have to use your security PIN number.
Oh.
So if you have that PIN number, let's just say you're applying for something, you don't want to remove the freeze, but you want to temporarily lift it. You can go to our website, for example, because, since we have freezes and, fraud alerts, go to our website. You can speak to one of us directly, or you can use our automated phone system. Just put your number in. You can lift it for as long as you want, and then just decide when you want it to go back on. It'll go back on by itself. Like if you place to say if you lift it today and you say, hey, I wanted to go back on tomorrow.
Oh, okay. And then it'll
go back on tomorrow.
It'll automatically go back on tomorrow, or do you have to get on?
Well, you have to tell it when you want it to go back on. So you can have a start date and an end date.
Oh, okay.
It's very simple.
Very good. Very good.
Fraud alert basically needs to be in writing, stating that I no longer want this alert. Please remove it.
Oh, so why does it have to be in writing? If you're already on the phone with somebody, and if I were to call you and say, "Can I have this taken off?"
Yeah, the only thing I can tell you, that's always been in writing.
Oh,
so that's just company policy. They want to have proof, I guess, of that.
Could you email it?
No, hate to say we're kind of the old-fashioned way. So yeah, you always want to mail stuff into us.
Oh, okay.
If it's something like that,
right?
So, yeah, if you mail it into us, and there's also another way I just remember too. There's called an opt-out, and I don't know if many of you have heard of that, but in other words, if you get a lot of pre-approval letters in the mail, like, hey, I've been approved for this brand new car, I've been approved for this brand new piece of furniture, I've been approved for this brand new MasterCard with a $5,000 limit. All you gotta do is just go to their website, whatever. Those are pre-approval letters. In other words, a lot of the junk mail that you get. If you wanna take yourself out of those, you can either you can reach out to any of the reporting agencies such as mine. You can say, hey, I want to put an opt-out and I want to take myself out of that junk mail. You can decide to take yourself out of it for either 5 years or forever.
Oh,
and you'll never get
both
those
is
again.
Actually kind of long.
Yeah,
5 years
or permanently.
Or permanently. That's a lot. That's a long time. But do you have to go to all of the agencies and call and say, opt me out of?
For that? No, there's actually two ways you can do it. You can go to one specific agency. They'll log it, share it with the other ones. They should share it with us too.
Oh, okay.
If not, you can go to optoutprescreen.com.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Optoutprescreen.com, just like it sounds, all run together. There's a form you would fill out. When you go to that website, if you have any specific questions, there's also a toll-free number you can call. You may get somebody, but I believe it may be mostly automated, but that is another option for opt-outs.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Is there anything else we should know about opt-outs?
Actually, no. Well, actually, yeah. It's what opt-outs do is if someone says, I don't want to share my information with any other like with any third parties or something like that, that means opt out. So yeah, which means your information is not going to be being sent to different places because you're opting out of those mailings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Janetta. Thank you. I'm trying to keep it up, trying to think about what's going on, out there.
Oh, and in my element, the website again, yes, it's just like it sounds. It's optoutprescreen.com. So just like it's all run together, optoutprescreen.com.
I have a feeling that I'm on that list.
Are you?
I don't get all those offers all the time, all that stuff.
Oh, you could be. Maybe it's something you did years ago and you're like, I don't want all that stuff.
Or could my husband have done it?
I didn't do it.
You did. Or maybe they're just like, we remember what you did back in the day, so we're not giving you a chance to do that again.
Yeah, that's funny.
Just my opinion. No, you cannot have a Discover card. That's what I discovered.
Yeah, one thing.
Discover card.
One thing you discover about Discover card, you discover how you can't get one.
Nobody can get a Discover card. I only knew one person that I could think of was Granny.
Now that's a shame.
Granny was the only person. I don't even know.
She probably wasn't looking to even get one.
And she was able to get one.
It to her. Here you go.
She was able to get one.
That's a shame.
I guess we'll have to ask our folks. If they have one.
Well, there are some people that just don't want a.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they didn't even want one.
But yeah, I remember. I will say, that without going a little bit too far back, I will say I used to work for one of those. How we all used to know those. What are they called? Telemarketing places.
Oh, geez, yes.
And I remember. One of the things I used to work, one of the campaigns I used to work on was Discover.
Oh,
and it was called the Discover Universal Card.
Oh,
and
boy.
where was this aimed at? College students.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
So I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of being funny about it.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of fun trying to call college students, ask them, hey, you want to apply for this Discover Universal Card?
And they apply for it and then they can't get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Discover, yeah, you're right. Discover they can't get it.
You discover you can't get it. And they always like to tease you with it.
Tease you.
Would you like a Discover card? Apply.
Then
you apply for it, it's like, you've been denied. Like, what is that?
I know.
That's terrible.
A Lee girl says grandma will pull out the Discover card, and it was a huge deal.
Yes, it was. She's right.
So what did she buy y'all on that Discover card?
We discovered we couldn't use it either.
Did she buy Christmas gifts for you all on the Discover card?
She would buy random things, but of course, very, 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 very strict about making sure that those payments were in and on time, and which is good, which is a good thing. But oh boy,
wow,
yeah, no Discover card. Is Discover card still a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. When I discovered I wasn't going to get one years ago, I just decided that. Well, let it go. Yeah. I'm like, I'm glad I don't work for that campaign. I was like, years ago.
So Visa and MasterCard are now your friend, right?
Mm-hmm. You let me deal with either one of them. We're fine.
Or Visa, quite frankly, But I guess Visa takes everybody. Is that what it is? Visa will take everybody.
Like here. Man, it'd be like some oddball name. You're like, oh, it's attached to a Visa.
Exactly.
In my element says, I was so proud when I got mine. Benefit at first, now a hindrance. See? Mm-hmm. See, they get you.
That's right.
I think they're the ones. Aren't they the ones that have that 3% cash back or reward or something?
Discover? I think so.
Or is that American Express? That might be Discover.
Yeah, maybe it's
somebody
Discover.
has like I remember 3% staying in my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not surprised.
And that's why a lot of people were going out getting that Discover because of the cash back rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. So let me see. What else could I ask you about? Well, I do just want to say that I do think that you should. It doesn't have to be every day. Doesn't have to be every day. No pressure. But don't you think everybody that's out there watching right now, don't you think it would be beneficial for Sam C to just pop on occasionally and, he can do Sam's credit tidbits? I tried to talk him into it before when we did that. And you see this the second time. So we'll see.
I'm just looking at smiling. Looking at smiling.
Well, you do like to discuss it. So,
if someone asked me questions.
Terry Lee said yes.
No, sister, really? Really?
Thank you, Boo. Donetta was on that credit show as well.
Yes.
Talking to when I brought up again that you should do these little tidbits, and Donetta agreed. She agreed back then. So
great. Oh, great. Now everybody's on me now. This just,
Thank you, Donetta.
Look at this. We have Terry, Summer Rae, Neela.
Thank
Donetta.
you. Thank you, Summer Rae. Thank you, Neela.
I guess I'm all.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Oh, boy. I guess I'm outnumbered here.
That's right. The sisters are in it. Thank you, girls. Thank you.
Well, at least you all love us. We love you all.
That's true. And they want you to you don't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be a whole show. I won't even have to be there. You could just pop on and just say, this is Sam C with the 5-minute credit pop in.
Could be pre-recorded,
It could be pre-recorded. Or not. Maybe people might want to, respond to it,
Well, everybody is really making a lot of this.
There you go. See, Donetta says little tidbits. Little tidbits.
All right, I guess you guys twisted my. All right, I'll work on that soon. No, Bobby doesn't need to push me. Okay, you guys got it. Thank you for your support.
You don't even this is what I'm saying, ladies. He doesn't even have to make a flyer for it or anything like that. It doesn't have to be a whole show thing. It could just be little tidbits. When you think of them.
I'll see how I want to orchestrate that.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying that these are good tidbits of information that people can and will use. And we have friends and family on the live right now. There'll be other people that'll go back and watch when they get the opportunity. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, you've okay, ladies. Everybody's twisting my arms. So okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll orchestrate this. So
we'll see. It doesn't have to be like every Wednesday at 2 or whatever. It could just
ain't gonna be Wednesday at 2.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. Just saying. That's another thing about men. So literal. It ain't gonna be Wednesday at 2. Of course not.
Is this a male bashing segment now?
Well, did you literally thought that you should come on Wednesday at 2?
Please hold, sir, while I do my segment.
You could. It'd be a 5-minute segment. 5-minute segment.
Man.
It doesn't have to be Wednesday at 2. It could be Saturday at 4. Then the next time could be Sunday.
So
at
basically
3.
random.
Random. Thank you.
Random.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So we'll do this random thing. I don't mind. No, I'm glad to help any way I can. So I'm appreciative of you guys taking the time to listen, to the information, especially, the ones who sat back and watched the show a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, Donetta, you would be getting a kick out of, because I'm gonna get them again
behind the scenes. Huh?
I'm gonna get them later too.
Hey, what you see now is what's behind the scenes. Like, if we don't change. Maybe just a little. Maybe I'm a little goofier, but
You are so bad.
I try to be good. Hey.
So I'm happy that at least we'll see. We've got folks right here.
Well, I agree with you all because it is nice information, and I'm very appreciative that you guys have taken the time to listen to me talking about a little bit about what I do and the information that I give, and it means a lot that you're actually taking the time to taking my things in consideration. So
there you go.
I'm very appreciative of that, and also appreciative of we are both appreciative of you tuning in all the time. So
yes, we're very thankful.
So thank you.
So maybe we should wrap it up, and then you can think about how you want to do your random.
Yeah, it depends on what I want to talk about first. That's the other thing. Since there's so many things out there.
Well, random tidbits.
There might be some things I didn't think of that I'd be like, oh.
That's okay. That's all right.
Here's your tip for the day.
Could be tip for the day. It could be. It could be, whatever you like. So, with that being said, Sam C., we do have some running around to do while it's still bright outside.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I know. So we thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of the CCI Radio Show, Talk and Credit.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Oh, well, we didn't run across real quick because that's something I did say. Election Day.
Don't
want to,
day.
And then I want to run something else real quick. But Election Day.
Forgot about Election Day.
Yeah, Election Day. This coming Tuesday, of course, big things at stake for the Senate. Okay, yes. Especially in a lot of main battleground states, if you will, like Pennsylvania. For us, we've got quite the interesting contest here. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you all know Dr. Mehmet Oz. Mm-hmm. Dr. Oz is running for. He's trying to run for the U.S. Senate for the state of Pennsylvania,
even though he lives in New Jersey.
I mean, on the GOP side, but on the Democratic side, we have our own
Pittsburgh's
own John Fetterman, who, I don't know if you guys were able to. If you haven't seen this, you can YouTube this. The debate between John Fetterman and Dr. Oz. John Fetterman, a few months ago, suffered a stroke. So a couple weeks ago, he had Dr. Oz, pretty much he and his team had forced Mr. Fetterman to have a debate. Of course, he was going to have one anyway, but you can tell he was still suffering some ill effects, from the stroke. But for what it's worth, we thought he did very well, meaning Mr. Mm-hmm. Fetterman. We felt bad because he struggled at some times, but that's to be expected because he, did come off the stroke. What's really interesting is that after that debate was over and you went to John Fetterman's Instagram, like hours after that, he got a big donation to his campaign right after that. And we feel that's the start of some good things. And then the other good thing is that Oprah, who had brought in, Dr. Oz, she found Dr. Oz, has pledged her support for John Fetterman. So that's another big thing for us here in the state of Pennsylvania. So we want to make sure that you guys go out and vote.
That's the Chicago tie-in right there. See?
Yes, yeah, Chicago tie-in right there.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Danetta says vote. Neela says have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for the info, Sam. And by the way, I voted, and Dr. Oz should stick to TV medicine shows.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's exactly right.
Well, Dr. Oz was in
and
a
we
rally.
voted already too. Already.
Yes. And Dr. Oz was within our city limits last night. Today or this weekend, we have former President Barack Obama who's going to be in town, and the other former
one, number 45.
He's going to be within city limits as well. But also, Bernie Sanders is going to be in town tomorrow. He's going to be batting for another summer candidate, Summer Lee. Okay. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, Summer Lee does well. We're pulling for Mr. Fetterman. We're also pulling, and then for the race for governor here, we have Josh Shapiro versus Doug Mastriano. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
And Doug Mastriano has affiliates and ties to the other person who's going to be in town.
And unfortunately, he was also a part of the January 6th insurrection.
Yes, they had it all over the news, so we know he was there. Mm-hmm. And it's so many different things. And then, of course, and I know you guys know about Georgia. You have Raphael Warnock going against Herschel Walker, so that is very big. Stacey Abrams, I can't remember who she's going against.
No,
but that's a big race down there. The race for Nevada, that is also big.
Yes,
there as well. Arizona, of course. There's just a lot at stake here. This is going to decide who controls the Senate, who controls Congress. If you want to make this world a better place, just make sure you vote.
That is correct. That
is correct. Vote. We can't say that enough.
That is correct.
As well.
That is correct. So please continue to vote, mail them in. If you don't want to go to the polls, if you do go to the polls, please be careful. Please be aware of your surroundings. Yeah. Please wear a mask. You don't know what people might be trying to do out there.
Yeah.
Just don't trust it. Just don't trust what's happening. So wear a mask, bring, bottled water, since apparently it's not allowed to serve water.
Yeah, I know. They want you to sweat. Mm-hmm. And my mouth would be all dry.
Yes. And just my own little personal thing, if you are a Democrat, I'm not going to assume that everyone is a Democrat, but if you are a Democrat, instead of if you're going in to vote and pulling the lever that's like, oop, all Democrat or oop, all Republican, whatever, make sure for the Democrats, you go, take the extra time just in case, because things have been rigged where you go and pull down thinking that you voted for all Democrats, and it ended up the opposite. So just be careful. Take the time. Vote specifically for your choice.
I'm just going to say it. Vote blue.
Vote blue.
Just going to say it. Mm-hmm. So, so election day, make sure you go out and vote, just like Bobby D said.
And be careful.
Yeah, and be very careful. And programming note, tomorrow night, make sure you join me. We're going to have some fun. Love Notes is back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Anchor Podcast, and where podcasts are available. Got another good one for you tomorrow. It's Sweet November, the sounds of the deal, and the sounds of truth.
Very good.
Two great groups, good music to end your Sunday. So make sure you spend a little bit of time with me.
That sounds good. Sounds good. And thank you, Danetta. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
We will see you again really, really soon. Be safe out there. Have a blessed and wonderful day. And yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much. And we will see you again real, real soon.
See, one quick comment. And I didn't notice that. I sat in the booth so long studying my notes. I had all my choices. They kept checking all I made.
Yeah. That's right. So just take your time. Take your time.
Go out
Don't
and vote.
rush and vote.
Your voice counts.
That's right.